At the heart of the quiet, upscale town of Stonebridge stood the Lawrence family estate. For decades, the home represented stability, wealth, and an almost enviable perfection. The Lawrence sisters, Isolde and Celeste, were known throughout the community. Isolde, the elder sister, was a highly respected corporate lawyer, sharp-minded, controlled, someone who planned everything 3 steps ahead. Celeste, on the other hand, was an artist with an entirely different energy. She was warm, expressive, and effortlessly charming. People were naturally drawn to her. Despite their differences, the sisters were incredibly close. They supported each other publicly, defended each other fiercely, and seemed unbreakable. That balance changed this summer. Aller Thorne moved in next door. Aller was 35, well-spoken, and carried an air of quiet mystery. A former war correspondent turned humanitarian. He said he came to Stonebridge looking for peace. Instead, he unknowingly walked into a brewing storm. The sisters met Aller separately. At first, it was innocent, casual conversations, shared interests, friendly encounters. But something shifted. Both sisters felt drawn to him, and neither wanted to admit it. As weeks passed, the competition became impossible to ignore. Isolde approached Aller with intention. Long conversations about politics, philosophy, and ambition. Celeste approached him differently, inviting him to art exhibits, casual walks, and spontaneous late-night talks. Aller enjoyed the attention, never realizing the rivalry forming beneath the surface. The tension finally became visible at Stonebridge's annual summer gala. For the first time ever, the sisters arrived separately. Both believed Aller would accompany them. Throughout the night, they competed subtly for his attention. Lingering glances, carefully timed interruptions. By the end of the evening, their once effortless bond had cracked. From that moment on, their relationship changed. Conversations became strained. Smiles felt forced. By autumn, the rivalry had fully taken hold. The breaking point came. At a high-profile charity auction, a luxury weekend retreat was announced. Both sisters raised their paddles. The bids climbed rapidly, drawing whispers from the crowd. In the end, Celeste won. Isolde's expression barely changed, but something inside her snapped. That night, she stopped answering calls. She withdrew from friends, from family, and slowly, her thoughts darkened. She began telling herself that Celeste had always lived an easier life, that things came naturally to her, and that this time, it wasn't fair. The idea of an accident began to take shape. At first, it frightened her. Then it made sense. Isolde planned carefully. She studied routines, created airtight alibis, researched substances that wouldn't raise suspicion. Her focus narrowed to one place, Stonebridge Park, Celeste's daily jogging route. Opportunity arrived. On the morning of the Stonebridge Marathon, the park was crowded, busy, chaotic. Isolde volunteered as a race coordinator, placing herself in plain sight. At a sharp bend along the path, she applied a nearly invisible slick compound. At exactly 10:23 a.m., Celeste ran through the area. Moments later, she lost her footing. The fall was violent. Emergency crews arrived quickly, but the damage was severe. Celeste died days later from complications related to her injuries. Stonebridge mourned. Isolde played the role perfectly. The grieving sister, the devastated survivor. Authorities ruled it a tragic accident. For 6 months, the truth remained hidden until a junior associate at Isolde's law firm discovered a private notebook. Inside were timelines, formulas, and notes referencing the marathon. Detective Lucas Reeves reopened the case. Security footage was reviewed. Witnesses were interviewed again. Forensics later identified traces of synthetic polymer on Celeste's running shoes. Then came Aller Thorne. Messages revealed Isolde's growing obsession and resentment toward her sister. The final piece of evidence was found hidden in Isolde's office desk, a vial matching the substance found on the trail. Isolde attempted to flee. She was arrested near the same park where Celeste had fallen. In court, the accomplished lawyer became the accused. Her defense of emotional instability failed. The verdict was unanimous. Guilty. Isolde Lawrence was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Stonebridge was left shaken, a picture-perfect family, destroyed not by strangers, but by jealousy and obsession. If this story kept you on edge, subscribe and turn on notifications. Our next case explores love, betrayal, and a crime so calculated, it will linger long after the screen fades to black.